Folks, at the end of the day, seed is cheap and experience is priceless. All right, folks, me and the little dude are out in the garden today, and we were like, how do you know when to plant something? Well, there's a couple ways. First of all, you just probably Google it for your zone, and that's one way. Another way is to just start planting seed. So I'm gonna tell you a story about my potatoes here. All right, so I planted my potatoes in about November, and for about a month, nothing happened. I thought, man, it's the cool season, they should be popping up. What is wrong with them? I probably did something wrong, which is still probably true. But despite that, this one, about a month later, popped up, came in strong, and it's a very big, vigorous, healthy potato plant. But it was the only one, and I planted about 10 of them. So I was like, what the heck? Why are the other potato plants not coming up? So I actually ended up digging them up and seeing that they still had healthy eyes on them and that they were growing. They just hadn't broken through the surface yet. So I buried them back, and now it's late January, and I'm beginning to see other potatoes come up. So here's the most visible example, is right here. We've got a potato that has shot up, and it's overcoming the cover crop. And then we've got some really small ones that are just breaking the surface. Here's one down here. So right there's another one. But I'm expecting these to grow pretty vigorously now that we're getting more sunlight. So the philosophy I've concluded on with planting seeds is go online, get a general idea of what kind of season the plant likes to grow in, and then I always plant like 2 weeks to a month before then, because a lot of seed germination, or really a lot of planting, depends on whether or not it's going to freeze. And here in North Florida, in Jacksonville, it's hit or miss. Some winters it doesn't freeze. It did freeze this winter, but it didn't affect any of my stuff because we've got these great big trees that are moderating the climate here. It's a microclimate. So the philosophy is this: plant early and often and with high volume. And it's really hard not to have success if you do that. If you put all your hope in one seed and you plant it at one time, you're gonna fail, probably, unless you're just perfect at this. And let's face it, you're not. That's the strategy of most plants, is to produce a ton of seeds. Oh, what do you need, Duder? And so it's just like making babies, you know? You keep planting seeds until one sprouts, and there you go. Take care of them and love them. All right, so I know what you're thinking. You're like, Tim, I don't have tons of seed to just be throwing around. I understand. So I'm going to show you how I get lots of seed. And basically, here's the gist. Buy a little seed packet with 30 seeds or whatever. Grow those plants out, collect from the best 5 or whatever. And most plants are going to give you hundreds of seeds. So, for example, one thing in my cover crop I didn't have this year that I really wanted to have was radishes. So let's go look at what I did. Okay, so I wanted some daikon radishes. So I planted a bunch here. 10 of them came up-ish, I think, if I can count. And so I'm just going to grow these out, let them go to seed, and I'm going to collect seed off of them. Most brassicas, which these are brassicas, produce a lot of seed. They send up a bunch of flowers. They're awesome for pollinators. So I'm just going to let these go through their full cycle and then collect seed. And they should produce quite a bit of seed for me, especially if I can collect off of 2 or 3 plants. That's going to be more than enough seed for a cover crop next winter for this little strip that I have here. So next winter, we gotta have daikon radish. And so that's how I got so many collard green seeds. But you can see a few collard greens in there, right there. And so I just collected them off of several plants, and then I scattered them. And so that is how you get lots and lots of seed.